real quick? Okay, yeah, okay. My OBS is working. So, look. So to be clear, you're pro-choice, right?
Just to be clear,
why are you dodging the question already? Are you pro-choice or not?
We were critiquing your
Wait, can you answer the question? Are you pro-choice?
I'm agnostic.
Okay, you're agnostic. That's fine. And the sort of thing you wanted to ask me is, like, what's it called? You wanted to ask me, well, what's it called? Give the sort of motivation or give the sort of obligation the mother has to having the fetus?
Yeah.
Why does he sound so mad?
I'm not even pissed off. Okay. So, wait, what'd you say, Jam? What'd you say, Jam?
I want you to ground the obligation the woman has to stay pregnant. Go ahead.
Ground the obligation the woman has to stay pregnant. Okay, just to be clear on the sort of views you hold, do you think people have any obligation to do anything in terms of other people?
Yeah, I do, but what is...
Wait, like?
This is irrelevant. Just
no. Wait, for me to actually be able to give you the sort of like argument as to why the woman has any sort of motivation. Can I finish the sentence? Wait, can I finish the sentence? So look, can I finish the sentence? Can I finish the sentence? So look, okay, if I do not know the sort of standard that you're operating under, right? Whenever you're talking, look, I'm not yelling, but if I don't know the sort of standard you're operating under, whenever you say people have an obligation to do anything, right, then how am I going to actually be able to ground any sort of obligation to you?
What do you think obligation means?
What I think obligation means? I don't think obligation to mean like certain duties people hold in terms of like acting. Okay, yes. So what sort of standards?
Requirement that someone has, right?
A moral requirement. I don't take requirements to be the same as obligations now.
That's fine. You don't have to use my...
can you... Okay, look, so whenever you say somebody is obligated to do something, right, what sort of necessary conditions do you hold to, or what sort of necessary conditions do you have whenever you say someone's obligated to do something?
So I think... I don't know... Wait, hold on. I'm not going to let you do this.
What in the world? Wait, no. Why are you dodging already? Answer the question. Wait, answer my question. What in the world? Wait, answer my question. What in the world? Look, okay, so... Look, if I do not know... I'm going to explain to you what I said before again. So if I do not know the sort of necessary or sufficient conditions that you hold to whenever you say somebody is obligated to do any specific action, then I can't at all prove to you that anyone is obligated to do anything, because I don't even know the sort of categories you have for that. Jesus.
I always thought Shinra was a good debate.
No, wait. Why are you doing the optic things? Wait, why are you doing the optic thing? Can you answer my question?
Do you take it?
Wait,
a woman?
Can you answer my question now? Jesus Christ.
Hold on.
Wait, answer my question, please. Are you going to answer my question, please?
Do you take it?
Are you going to answer my question, please? What the fuck? Look, I asked you a question. Can you give me an answer?
Which we're critiquing your position.
Okay, look. If you're going to give me a sort of critique under my view, where you say that my view isn't justified, I'd first need to know what sort of standards you operate under whenever you say that a specific person is obligated to do anything. Because if I don't know what you mean when you say somebody is obligated to do anything, right, then I could give you any sort of reason as to why the woman is obligated. But you just say, well, that isn't an obligation.
Well, you can give a reason, and we can address it, right?
No, look, okay, you can say anything you want in response to the reason I give, but look, the debate isn't going to go anywhere if I don't even know the sort of standards you hold to.
Okay. In fact...
Okay.
Under your position,
oh my God,
necessary and sufficient conditions needed for an obligation.
Did you so do you intend to like waste my time throughout the conversation? Because I asked you a very clear question, and then for like 5 minutes now you have not given me an answer.
Like we wanted to on TikTok.
Wait, okay, so it just seems like you don't want to give me an answer, but look, that's fine. So look, I think that the sort of like necessary conditions you have to actually be obligated to do a specific thing whenever it comes to like whenever it relates to abortion is like, would this thing have like has potential of like having a human conscious experience? If they do have potential to have like human conscious experience, then I believe people do actually have a sort of obligation to act like towards actualizing their potential to have a human conscious experience.
So you think people are obligated to being simply because they could become sentient in the future?
Yeah, I think that they are obligated to actualize their potential to become sentient beings. Yeah.
Okay, so let's take the case of like, I don't know, this like scientist creates like a body in a lab, right? And the only way for this body to become sentient is that you have to like jerk it off. Do you think we're obligated to like jerk it off?
For it to become sentient, you need to jerk it off. Do I think you're obligated to jerk it off? Well, like obviously you'd have some sort of obligation to actualizing its potential. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say.
Wait, are you going to like do the troll thing where you're like, wait? Are you going to do the troll thing where it's like, oh well, haha, you have to do this crazy thing to actualize its potential? Like, are you going to? Wait, I'm not even shouting. I just have a better mic than yours. But look, okay, wait. I'll calm down for you. I'll calm down for you. Okay, I'm calm now. I'm calm now. Wait. Hold the phone. Okay, now I'm calm.
Okay, in the case, I'll be like serious this time. In the case,
oh shit, he's going for power.
Hold on. Okay, so again, we're obligated to beings that are gonna become sentient in the future, right?
Beings that have the potential to become sentient. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's take the case of the scientist again, right? Do you think we're obligated to give like finances towards this being becoming like sentient? Do you think I need to sell my house for this being to become like?
If like sentient? What's it called? If selling your house is like going to cause you severe harm to the extent in which you won't actually be able to survive properly, then I think you'd still have some form of like weak obligation to like to actualize the potential of the fetus. But I don't take it away. I don't take it as in like you have to compare how much you have to do to actualize this potential. I think you have a moral obligation to. But like if the consequences are like going to be really severe, I'd still say like you are morally obligated to, but it would be right if you didn't. I don't know if you know the sort of distinctions there is within the ontology. Oh wait, I don't know if you know the sort of distinctions there are between right and good under the ontology.
Am I obligated to sell my house?
I gave you the answer, but okay.
You just said a whole lot. Just simply yes or no.
I think Smoothie could give a better response than that. Are you going to give me a response?
Shit, you answered the question.
Yes. I'm going to answer. Are you going to like give me a response now?
So, am I obligated, yes or no?
I gave you the answer before, but okay. I'll say it one more time for you. Yes, you are obligated to sell your house.
I think that's absurd. I think that's clearly absurd.
Why?
This guy thinks we're obligated to sell our houses for beings that aren't even currently sentient, right?
Your view. Yes, where's the reductio? Wait, where's the absurdity? Wait, where's the absurdity? Like, what sort of absurd conclusion would that lead to?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, it's like this. Do you think? Wait, Can I finish? So, wait, it was rhetorical. But look, and anyways, but look, so I'm going just like chill. I'm going to just explain. Wait, can I finish? So, wait, can I finish? Can I finish? But can I finish? Can I finish? So look, it's like if I give you a sort of scenario where it's like you have to sell your house to save 2 people, right? Do you believe that you're morally obligated to sell your house?
To save 2 people? No.
You are morally obligated to sell your house to save 2 people?
No, but again.
Okay, so if your mother was burning in a building, if your mother was burning, or your mother was like really poor, she needed money, and the only way for you to like afford her stuff or afford her for like a medicine or something, right, is to sell your house, and in literally 2 seconds after that, you are going to get all your money back. You think it would be like you think you wouldn't actually need? Wait, can I finish the analogy, or can I finish the reductio? So you wouldn't actually like be obligated to sell your house for?
If I'm gonna get the house back right away, then maybe I probably would be.
Wait. So you would be. So, but if you weren't going to get the house back, you wouldn't be obligated to burn. You wouldn't be obligated to like sell the house to save your burning and dying mother.
Would I be obligated to do so? Under what like view?
Wait, can you? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for your view. So again, what sort of necessary and sufficient conditions do you have when you say somebody is obligated to do something?
We're trying to take your position.
I'm asking you the question. So I'm asking you the question. So whenever I'm asking you the question, I'm trying to clarify what your views and stances are.
I'm okay. Stop asking me questions. Okay. Anyway.
What?
So
you are kind of ducking the question.
Under your view, just
wait. Can you stop like ducking the question, please?
Hello.
You're dodging my question.
Because we're taking your position. Don't know why you're asking me questions.
Okay, look. So, Slaps, can you like stop doing that, maybe?
Yeah. So under your view.
Okay, so look, wait, chill. So I need you to answer my question now. So whenever, if you were put in a situation, and you answered the question before, right? So you answered the question of, oh yeah, maybe I would be obligated. But now it seems as if you don't want to answer when I ask you another question, which is, what are the sort of necessary and sufficient conditions needed for you to be obligated towards doing a specific action?
I could tell you them. But
tell me then, please. Why are you being stingy with the necessary and sufficient conditions?
We're critiquing your position.
Yeah, so obviously, if you're going to try and give me a kill yourself. So obviously, if you're going to give me a sort of reductio to my view, right, and then like I need to know what sort of standards do you have that you believe that under those sort of standards my view would be absurd.
You realize even under the view you're trying to give wait,
why won't you answer my question? What in the world?
On God, answer Shinra's question.
Holy shit.
Answer my question.
Again.
Answer the question.
Yes or no.
Answer the question.
Can I speak?
Look, all I need is just the necessary and sufficient conditions are. Dude, if I was your husband, I would beat you to death. Okay, are you going to answer my question now?
I don't date black men. Y'all are
I don't date black men. I don't give a fuck.
Perry, just leave the DC, bro.
Thank you. Like nobody fucks with you, bro. Like please, get you and all 6 of your nipples out of the VC, bro.
Question right now.
Anyways, so look, shut your mouth, Fairy. Anyways, so look, I just need, okay, I'm not in the business of wasting my time, you know, I have A levels to be studying for, so I'm just gonna ask one more time. Look, I am 16. You think I was being serious when I went on a live and said I was 18? You must be joking. Anyways, right, so I'm going to ask you once more, right, what are the necessary and sufficient conditions needed for you to be obligated towards doing a specific action?
So, I'm gonna say
is not an answer, by the way.
The counter reduction.
Wait, is not an answer.
The counter reduction.
Wait. Is it reduction under whose sort of standard?
Okay, I was not gonna speak. Go ahead.
Okay, look. So I need to know what sort of standard are you using to determine whether or not it's absurd.
The counter reduction.
What the fuck? Okay. Look, you just are in the business of answering questions. Never mind.
Currently sentient being. My mother's currently
stutter as like shit, dude. Like, are you gonna answer my question now?
The absurdity in your position is that I need to stand my house for a being that isn't even currently sentient.
Why is that an absurdity?
Huh?
Why is that an absurdity?
I don't think most people would share that.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Can you prove that?
What you try? I said I don't think.
Yeah. You don't think. I don't give a fuck what you think. So is this actually a claim that I can interact with? Like, okay, look, I don't think anyone has intuitions of pro-choice. There, look, every other position is absurd now. Like, are you going to give me something substantive that I can interact with, or like what's going on?
Lucario used to big this guy up. This guy's trash.
That was fucking hilarious. Look, okay, are you going to look? Are you going to engage with the look? I don't care. Look. I don't care for you sitting here attempting to waste my time till I have to leave, so you get out of answering the question. So you're going to sit here, you British piece of shit, and you're going to answer my fucking question, or I could go into Birmingham or wherever you are and get people to put a knife inside your lung. So are you going to answer my question? Like, what in the world?
What are you talking about?
Like, are you going to answer my question? Answer my question. Damn. Fuck.
Okay.
Dude. You're just going. Look. You're pissing me off more than you did before. Are you going to answer the question now?
What's the question?
What did you do?
Are you an idiot? Look, are you a retard? Like, are you worse? Oh my goodness! Look, I'm going to answer. Look, okay. Look, you know what? It's fine. Look, it's fine. I don't need to get mad at the retard. Look, okay. So, what are the necessary? Shut your fucking mouth while I give the argument. So, look. Oh well, actually, this is not an argument. It's just a question. So, look. So, shut up, you bastard! Shut your mouth. Okay, so look, I'm going to ask the question one more time. So, what are the necessary and sufficient conditions under your view that are needed for any agent to be obligated towards doing any specific action?
This guy's confused. What
the fuck? Answer my question now!
Yeah, alright, okay.
Answer my question now!
Some form of...
Now! Answer my question now!
I'll actually he's demanding this nigga. I'll actually answer your question.
Wait, so you were doing it on purpose? So you're being a retard on purpose? Okay, look, that's fine. You know what? Actually, I'm comforted by the fact that you are doing it on purpose. Okay, so what are the necessary and sufficient conditions, please?
Yeah, so, I think I'm not sure if there's any necessary conditions.
Wait, there isn't any necessary fucking... Okay, you know what? Fine. There's any necessary condition, fine.
I'm gonna say,
and what makes a proposition true?
What the fuck?
Jason, shut your fucking mouth! I've been waiting for an answer from this guy for 30 minutes. Look, can you give me the necessary and sufficient condition?
What I'm missing in the view.
Bro, you're not letting him even speak, so I suggest you
shut your fucking mouth, you bastard.
What are you gonna do about it?
So, anyways, so look, what's it called? Jam, answer my question.
Okay, so I think a potential causal obligation is for a sufficient condition for an obligation. I also think that potentially there's certain like societal.
Wait. So wait. What was the first one? What was the first one?
This guys want to have a good faith.
Wait, what was the first one? What was the first one?
I think there's potential causal obligations.
So that was call. Okay.
Yeah. I think there's certain societal obligations that might be grounded in some sort of like utilitarian calculus, depending on if someone's in like the dependent state that is great enough, right? So, for example, if there was a child bleeding on the side of the road, I'd probably say you might have some form of obligation to potentially call someone, right? I think that's sufficient for an obligation potentially, right? But I think causal obligation grounds a much stronger obligation.
Okay, but that's fine. You know what? That's fine. So
again, we're critiquing your position.
So now that you're done with the necessary and sufficient conditions, I managed to strangle it out of you. So look, when you say that like there's a sort of like societal obligation which is grounded in a sort of utilitarian calculus, and the sort of analogy you gave to support that was something like, if I see a child on the side of the road, would I'm obligated to call somebody. You said before when we were talking to each other that if there was a child on the side of the road, and since I'm not on fucking TikTok, I can say kill. So if there was a child on the child of the road who was going to kill themselves in 30 minutes out of lack of food, right, and they were hungry as shit, there was a hospital 30 minutes away, you are not, you under your view, you are not obligated to like carry them there. Wait. Do you still hold to that view? Wait, to be clear, do you still hold to that view? Wait, do you still hold to that view? Do you still hold to the view?
You're lying.
Okay, no. That's completely fucking fine, right? Yeah, definitely.
Just to be clear, the hypothetical was, should I be obligated to carry someone 30 miles on my back?
Okay, sorry. Are you obligated? Wait, are you obligated to carry someone a child 30 miles on your back to save their life?
No.
Okay, so to be clear, if the options were walk without a child on your back to the hospital to get rid of a toothache, right? Wait. Let me finish the sentence. So if the options were like, what's it called? Actually walk 30 miles to the hospital, right? And actually get your toothache fixed, or carry a child on your back for 30 miles to the hospital, right? And and get them fixed, right? And give them the food they need. need, you'd pick the first option, right?
Yeah, my tooth ain't fit. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, so you are okay. So there's two options. Look. So there's two options, right? You either A, right? Let's say K punches you in the fucking nose, right? You break your nose. Shut your fucking mouth while I give the analogy. Shut the fucking. Okay, look. Shut your fucking mouth while I give the analogy. Anyways, so the first option is K punches you in the nose. You need to get your nose fixed, right? So you walk 30 miles to the hospital to get your nose fixed, and you ignore the child who's on the side of the road. Or B, you carry the child, right, and actually carry them for 30 miles to the hospital, right, and get them saved and save them, right? So what you're trying to tell me here is that you are more obligated to solve your nose being broken than the life of another human being. You understand? No human being ever would actually grant that, right? Unless you're an egoist or something. So, look, are you going to answer the question?
I'm still waiting you to ground the obligation a woman has to sustain.
Fucking hell. Okay. Are you going to answer? Look, okay. Are you going to answer my question?
I'm actually tired of all the yap.
Are you going to answer the question?
Ground the obligation a woman has to stay pregnant.
Are you going to answer the question, or
ground the fucking obligation?
What's going on? Are you going to answer the question? Look, so to be clear, do you hold the view that it would be okay? Do you hold the view that you'd be better off, or actually you are more obligated to solve your broken nose than save the life of a human being, right? If it involved carrying them to the hospital.
Yeah, I'm willing to ground the obligation.
Yes.
To be clear.
Wait. Was that a yes to the question?
Hello.
Wait, was that a yes to the question?
To be clear.
Was that a yes to the question?
Sorry.
Wait, was that a yes to the question?
Holy shit.
Was that a yes to the question?
This was the first question I asked you.
Wait, was that a yes to the question?
The first question I asked you, which is still yet to be answered, is can you ground the obligation a woman has to stay pregnant?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So are you going to answer my question now?
And you said for some reason we're obligated to non-sentient beings for some reason.
Wait, no. Okay, you asked me a question. I answered it. So are you going to answer my question now, please? Thank you.
What's the question, man?
Okay, so look. Are you going to tell me, right, very simply, are you more obligated, look, are you more obligated to walk to the hospital, look. Anyways.
There is not, really a necessary condition for...
Shut your fucking mouth, dude! Like, who are you? Okay, anyways, someone get this guy muted. Look, we can go down the VC even, Jam, to just show how your position is absurd. So, we can go down the VC. Shush. I think that more people, shush. I think people actually do think that they have a fucking moral obligation to walk 50 miles, no matter how far it is, unless it puts a direct danger onto your life, right? To walk that amount of distance to save a child, right? Rather than just to stay where you are, or stay in your comfort zone and allow the child to die in front of you.
Let's ask the VC.
Yeah, sure.
Do you guys think you'd be obligated to walk 50 miles in the other way?
You can't, yes.
To save a child.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, to save a child. Yes, thank you.
Absolutely 100%.
Wait, hold on.
No. Actually, you know what? We can make a poll on it, Jam. We can make a poll on that. Are you obligated? You are obligated to walk 50 miles to save a child. Since clearly this view is absurd.
Wait, Shinra, are you saying if we have the the necessary resources to save this thing?
Yes. Look, you won't be harmed at all, right? You just need to walk 50 miles with a child on your back to save its life. He doesn't think we have an obligation to do that.
Yeah,
Who the fuck voted no?
I don't think there's an obligation there, bro.
Okay. So now I'm going to change the analogy for you, right? Do you think that we have an obligation to save... Wait, do you think we have an obligation to sell a house to save 3 people?
Save 3 people in what sense, man?
They are going to get shot by the mafia if you don't save them. Do you have an obligation to sell a house?
Clearly not. What the fuck?
Wait, what? We don't have an obligation.
You think I have an obligation to be homeless for 3 random
Okay,
people?
no. We can make a poll for that too. You know what? We can make a poll for that too. Sell your house, or let 3 people die.
No. Tell them that.
Yo, hold on. Why aren't you asking Jam's question? You need to ground the moral obligation.
You need to kill yourself. How about that, dude?
Yo, you're not gonna do anything, Jam. Go back to fighting Logan Paul. You're dead ass. Go back to fighting Logan Paul.
Okay.
Like,
anyways, look, the joke isn't funny. Nobody joined the VC to listen to you speak. Can you please go on mute? Thank you. Anyways, so it seems this. Wow. Wait, people would rather let 3 people die than. Okay.
I don't know those niggas, bro.
Okay, sorry. They're your mom, auntie, and uncle.
No,
sure.
Yeah, they're your mom, auntie, and uncle. Thank you.
Now you're intuition pumping. Now you're just intuition pumping.
Wait, what's the relevant distinction between your mom, auntie, and uncle and another person?
Of course, you're gonna hold your family to a much higher situation regard than some random people, right? So
okay. It's, you know what, it's fine. So, to be clear, just to wrap it up, you hold the view that we are not morally obligated to walk 50 miles to save an innocent child who is going to die.
Wait,
can you answer the question? 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 Can you answer the question?
This whole conversation.
Yeah, definitely. Can you answer the question?
I asked you. I want to speak to the people in this call right now.
You lost the poll, dude. You lost the poll. Why do you think they're going to agree with you? But look, if you ask me like what the sort of necessary and sufficient conditions are for me to be obligated to do any specific action, it would be like there's a whole bunch of accounts I could give. It's like, well, is this action going to actualize the potential a given being has to turn it to have a human conscious experience? Then I think you have a sort of obligation there. I think that you have a sort of way. I think you have a sort of obligation to do any specific action if it aligns with certain virtues that I hold to, like minimizing harm overall. Wait, shut up, bum. You asked me. Shut up, bum. Let me finish the sentence. Shut up, bum. Let me finish the sentence. Shut up, your bum. Let me finish the sentence. Shut up, 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 bum. Let me finish the sentence. Let me finish the sentence. Okay, you know what? It's fine.
You should be forced to sell your house for a non-sentient being.
No, you should be forced. You don't think we are forced? Wait, no. Wait. You don't think we should be forced to sell our house for any people?
Right?
Wait, okay. You don't think you should be forced to sell your house for anybody, right?
Does anyone think that's intuitive? You should sell your house for a non-sentient being? Does anyone think that's intuitive? No.
Yeah, but Jam, the whole point is if that being has a future that will reach like ours, I would definitely.
No, what Jam is saying is that thing has the capacity to resume the said future, then he would go more
No, he didn't say that either. He said you are obligated to save. No. He said you aren't obligated to save a living conscious child, right? If you had to walk 50 miles to save them.
Hey, are you gonna ground that obligation?
Dude, can you go back on mute, please? Like, you're pissing me off.
Okay, because you know you're not answering the question. That's all you do.
Wait, okay, no. I'm so sorry. Look, okay. How do you want me to ground out the obligation and master the 40-40, please? Can you answer the question?
Give me a reason why I'm obligated to answer. Okay.
No, don't worry. When you collect your thoughts, just go back on mute. When you collect your thoughts, you can unmute again.
Answer my question. Answer my question, buddy.
Look, I'm texting my mother. Give me a second. Hold the phone. I'm texting my mother. But look, also, folks, nobody thinks that his point is compelling. That's why he's losing all the polls. But look, look. Also, KK. The analogy wasn't that you have an obligation to sell your house to save a non-sentient being. The analogy or the example was, do you have an obligation to sell your house to save 2 sentient beings, right, who you don't know? And he thinks that you don't have an obligation, and also he doesn't think you have an obligation to sell your house or walk 50 miles to save a baby, right? So now, to be clear, if you take this over, okay, anyway, so to be clear, if you take the sort of view that, well, okay, anyway, so to be clear, if you take the view that societal obligation, okay, Okay.
So
If you take the view, okay. Can I finish the sentence? Wait, can I finish the sentence? Wait, can I finish the sentence? Wait, can I finish the sentence? No, can I finish the sentence?
You're screaming and
shouting. I'm in the middle of my sentence.
The internet is not gonna go away in the next minute. Just let me explain, okay?
No, Jam, just let him finish.
So again, I don't know what you're talking either. Again,
because you're being a retard.
This guy's pro-life.
Hold on.
This guy obviously holds the fetus as morally viable from conception. I asked him to ground the obligation the woman has to stay pregnant. He says we have obligations to beings that are going to be sentient in the future, which is obviously absurd, right? This guy thinks that I'm obligated to sell my house to have this being become sentient in the fucking future.
Are you done?
Clearly, that's not intuitive.
Okay.
No one thinks that's intuitive.
Okay.
No one thinks
Are you done?
No one thinks you're doing well right now. You're fucking shit.
Definitely. So look, one, it's that I have a certain sort of obligation to actualize the potential of things which will have a human conscious experience. Now, the sort of analogy I'd give for that sort of view is that if you take someone says, for example, I'm going to blow up the earth immediately when I die, I don't care about any of the future people who are going to walk the earth. Everyone would say, well, no, you actually do have an obligation to preserve the earth and preserve its condition for the future generation. Even if these sort of future generation don't have any sort of consciousness, they don't have any sort of bodily autonomy, they aren't even fetuses, we still believe that we do have any sort of moral obligation to keep the planet in such a way in which it would be habitable for them. So to say that we don't feel as if we have any sort of moral obligation to people who aren't sentient is just completely absurd, for one. And then two, what's it called? Two, it's just obvious that we do actually value people's potential. So again, if we value the potential for somebody to get a job, the etc, I don't understand why we wouldn't value the potential for a fetus to have consciousness. And three, I don't know, when you say ground the obligation, what's the sort of thing you're asking me to do there?
I'm asking you to give a necessary sufficient condition for an obligation. But I've got another hypothetical for you. Since you think that we're obligated,
wait, but mine doesn't have a sort of necessary sufficient condition either.
Let me give my hypothetical, okay? Since you think
mine has no conditions, actually. It's arbitrary.
Since you think we're obligated to beings that are going to become sentient, do you think the man in this situation, it would be morally justified to tie down the woman if she was planning on getting an abortion? Is he morally justified to kidnap this woman and tie her down to the point where she doesn't get the abortion?
Well, one, I think that making people do stuff or forcing somebody to do something in the sense that you're tying them down would also be wrong as well. So I don't take the view that if she her having an abortion can be immoral, right? And also the sort of methods you're going to do to stop her from having the abortion could also be immoral as well. So it's if I'm going to shoot you in the head and kill you, right? That's immoral. But if you rape my entire family to stop me from doing that, that's also immoral as well. So I think can I finish? So can I finish? So I think that both of the view. Okay. Anyways, but I think the sort of view that I hold that abortion is immoral and we're obligated not to abort, and also the view that it's immoral for me to tie down women and force them to have pregnancies. Both of those things, I think I can hold to both of those things at the same time. So
let me show you let me give you a parallel example. If I knew my wife was gonna unalive my born child, right, and the only way to stop her was to tie her down to prevent her from doing this, would I be morally justified to do this? Yes or no?
Tie her down in what sense? Are you harming her?
No, just tie her down.
Is there okay? So there's no harm done to the agent?
No.
Okay, so then there'll be nothing wrong with that. There's no way. Okay. To be clear, is there any sort of relevant, valuable future experiences that you're robbing her off of if you tie her down?
Let's say this. Let's say it's gonna cause her negative mental states because she really wants to harm this 1-year-old.
No, I'm not pro-choice, but it's going to cause her negative mental states in the sense.
Yes.
Well, actually, I don't think certain mental states are universally valuable. So I don't think that
What does that have to do with?
Yeah. So look, it's if she's going to be fucking harmed in the sense that she's going to have negative mental states by fucking like by getting tied down, I don't think anything wrong would be happening there, because I don't think value like mental states universally.
Okay, you're just like obfuscating. Just as answer the question. Is it morally justified to tie someone down to prevent them from killing a 1-year-old? Yes or no?
Yeah, okay, look, yes, you are actually morally obligated to tie them down.
Okay.
Yeah, if those are the wait, to be clear, those are the okay, can I finish? But to be clear, wait, can I finish? Wait, can I finish? Can I finish?
The morally relevant difference in the first case that I like.
Yeah, so look. Okay, so look, the analogy you gave me was that it calls them negative mental states, but again, I don't universally value mental states, so I think that if I have a positive mental state that is achieved by me sexually assaulting somebody, right, I don't think that would be moral to do. So when you ask me what is the relevant distinction between which two cases?
Holy shit, this guy, okay.
What are the two cases?
Okay, let's get rid of the negative mental state shit, right? Okay, let me ask you two questions very simply. In case one, a man ties a woman down to prevent her from attacking and unaliving this unborn fetus that is going to become sentient, right? In case two, this man ties a woman down to prevent her from harming this born child, right? You said in case one, it's justified. In case two, it's not. What's the morally relevant?
Okay, in case one, it was stipulated that she was going to have like she was going to have a negative mental disposition, or it's like you are forcing her to do this thing, right? It's like against her consent, she has like loads of like huge negative reactions from it. If she does not have any sort of like negative reaction in this like in a physical sense, and she only has just like negative emotional dispositions towards the action, then I would say that in both of those cases, you are morally obligated to tie her down, because I don't value her negative mental states.
So, just to be clear, husbands are obligated to tie their wives down if they're gonna get
No, okay, oh my goodness. If nothing wrong is happening, so to be clear, what are the sort of consequences, before I answer, what are the sort of consequences happening by tying her down?
She's screaming, she's shouting, she might get rope burn. She might get rope burn. She might be dehydrated. She might not eat for then obviously then I just take the view that both of those options are like immoral. So like the option where you let her go and then she goes and she aborts the fetus, I think that would be immoral. And I think the option where you keep her there also, right, and she's screaming and harming herself, I think that would be immoral as well. That's fine. Yeah. Which one should he do? Let her
the one that causes the least amount of harm.
Just to be clear, you said that we're obligated to have people reach their futures, right?
Look, to be clear, hello. Go ahead.
Why would he not be obligated to do this? I'm confused.
So you all okay? Are you done? Finally, so look, if you take the view that the one of them is going to cause more harm than the other, now I'm not too interested about harm comparisons between aborting the fetus and causing her road burns and shit, right? So if if in the hypothetical there's more harm caused by keeping her there and tying her down, then you'd be morally obligated to do that, right? However, I don't think that's identical to saying that the action of aborting the fetus is moral, alright? Hence the reason why I believe abortion is immoral.
So I had a lot of yap there. So in both those cases, is he obligated, yes or no?
In both, and what was the other case?
Holy shit.
What was the other case?
The born child.
The born child. Yeah, no, I think that generally, on average, more harm will be caused from killing a born child compared to killing a born child compared to the harm caused by the woman.
Why?
I'm waiting. Wait, what'd you say?
Why?
Well, Well, I believe, like, what's it called? I think that the child, like, on average, the child is just going to have, like, way more harm done to them in the sense that they have negative emotional dispositions caused by killing them, and they're also robbing them of a valuable future. In the sense that there's also a higher probability of this child having like a positive future compared to a fetus. So, like, again, in the sort of sense that a fetus, obviously, like, a fetus not being a miscarriage isn't as likely as a child having like or isn't as likely as the fucking child option, right? So that's the reason why I'd give them a sort of distinction in value. Again, I can grant the fact that like a child is more valuable than a fetus, and it is still immoral for you to abort a fetus.
That's
like,
fine.
I'm confused.
But you said that's fine. You can do that. That's perfectly fine, right? But firstly, I'm not sure how you're doing that harm calculus. I could just say that it's going to be the exact same harm, right? This is like, that was a silly point to bring up. I could just like,
yeah, okay. If it's the exact same harm done, then
hello.
Okay, are you done?
I could just equalize the harm. But again, you said that the fetus is morally viable from conception, and we're obligated. And we're obligated to allow people or beings to gain their like futures or whatever, right? So this person is by tying this person down is helping this being achieve its like future experiences. I'm confused on under your view why he wouldn't be obligated. You've not really given me a reason why.
Okay, if in both of those scenarios the sort of negative consequences that are brought about from killing the child are the same as the fetus case, right? Then I don't understand what would be wrong with, or like what the sort of reductio that would be present for me saying that you are actually morally obligated to stop her from like doing it. If for example, again, the sort of analogy I'd give you is like, if I pinch you, or like somebody really, really wants to pinch you, and by pinching you they would cause you the same equivalent amount of pain as all of the Holocaust multiplied by 2, right? But they really wait, can I finish? But they really, really, really want to pinch you, right? And they will hurt themselves if they aren't able to pinch you, right? It's like, well, obviously I wouldn't want that. Like, obviously I don't think that I should be allowed to let them do that, right? Because the sort of negative consequences that are brought about from the action are way more in that scenario.
So, Shinra, is he obligated to tie her down? Yes or no?
I gave you the answer, dude.
Just answer the question.
I gave you the answer already, but
just answer it simply one more time.
If the negative consequences brought about are equalized between the two cases, then yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I think that's clearly absurd. I think most people don't share the intuition that a man should be able to like kidnap his wife.
To be clear, you think most people so to be clear, you think most people don't have the intuition. Just to be clear on the thing, most people don't have an intuition towards. You think most people don't have an intuition towards the fact that you should be obligated to allow a woman to abort her fetus if the sort of negative consequences brought about from aborting a fetus were equivalent to the negative consequences brought about from letting a child die?
Wait, say that again, sorry?
The negative consequences of these two scenarios are equalized. You believe people think that you are actually morally obligated to let this person actualize these negative consequences.
Yeah, I don't think we value non-sentient beings.
Wait, okay.
No.
I don't give a fuck what you think. I've already given you the case of in which we do value them, and then this was supposed to be the attempted reductio, but again, I'm asking you, like, why do you think, can I finish?
It was a reductio, it took you about 15 minutes just to answer the
I needed to get clear on your view. So look, now that I'm going clear on your view, if the harm is equalized in those two cases, I don't understand why I wouldn't just treat them as equivalent situations.
Wait, what?
Okay, look, if the harm is equalized in both of these two situations, I don't understand why I wouldn't treat them as morally equivalent. It's like you also said you operated under a utilitarian calculus in the sense that, like, you say actions are good. Okay, is it still cutting out? Hello?
You're good.
Okay, so you said that you operated under a utilitarian calculus in the sense that you believe we should maximize pleasure and minimize harm. So if in these two, you said, okay, look,
to be clear,
what did you say?
Normative ethical view. I said that I think there is justification for like some societal obligations based in some.
Yeah. So societal obligations based in like a utilitarian framework. That's completely fine, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So if and what's it called? And so society thinks that like we would be obligated to do specific actions depending on the utilitarian framework. And it's like, look, if in two situations the sort of harm was equalized in both of them, right? Then I don't understand why society wouldn't also deem it that we would be obligated to treat those two situations equally.
The point I'm getting at is that your grounding for this obligation is clearly like absurd.
Why?
So you think I've showed it. You're saying that we're obligated to
Okay.
You're obligated to have beings like gain their like futures or some shit, right? I don't, and this is what your position like would entail.
Yeah, look, it's only the absurdity. Okay, look, the absurdity there is only entailed if the harm is equalized in both of those situations. But look, it's like also, folks, you're tagging in, but look, it's like Shiki wants to debate you, by the way. But it's like look, I can grant that in an abortion case, right, the sort of obligations we have towards fetuses, it could be less than the one you have towards like babies, right? Maybe due to some like trait that I'm not currently sensitive to. That's completely fine. However, that has nothing to do, and doesn't even count as a reductio to my view. So when you said that, wait, chill. So when you said we don't have obligations towards beings that are non-sentient, whenever people say, for example, something like don't destroy the planet for the future generation which are going to come, right? Or make a world in which the future generation won't know what war means, right? What do you think people are saying there?
Wait, did I ever make the claim that we haven't got an obligation to like future?
No. You said we don't morally value future. Like we don't morally value. Wait. You said we don't have obligations towards non-sentient beings, right?
Pardon?
You said we don't have an obligation towards non-sentient beings, right?
I never said we don't have any obligation towards non-sentient beings.
So when you say we don't have an obligation, what does that mean?
We haven't got an obligation in the sense you're talking about, like selling my fucking house, right?
Okay.
I don't think.
So we don't have an obligation relative to the harm that's caused. Okay.
Oh my god! What's with you people and just interrupting people?
Well, what does you people mean there? What in the world?
You're fucking blackies, bro.
You're darker than me, you Jamaican bastard. What in the world?
No, but okay. Huh?
Stanlock.
It's absurd to say that we're obligated to like sell our houses for like non-sentient beings. The same way, I do think we're. I do think we're obligated to the future generations in some degree. However, let's say, for example, that like hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
Let's say that every time we like had to like put our like trash in the bin or some shit, or we had to break. Can I finish?
Yeah, sorry, I'm mocking you. Anyways, but go ahead.
This is not funny, bro.
Anyway, let's say for example that I don't know why you keep doing that. Like you're saying that we value the like future generations or some shit. So I think we do, but only if it is limited cost to like us, right? Let's say, for example, right? I give you this hypothetical.
Look, I just want to be clear. So I just want to be clear before you like give me. Look, I just want to be clear before you give me your like episode. So look,
hold on, I'm not done.
Look, I don't care. Look, that'd be good if I cared. But look, do you hold the view that we morally value fetuses?
Holy shit!
Yo, damn, tag me in, bro. Like he's scared of me.
Yeah, look at this guy. Who is this guy? Okay. Anyways,
damn.
It's morally permissible to torture 5 people today if it meant the future generations would live a life 100 times better than how we live now.
Obviously. Damn, that's a bad example.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Jam, bro. Jam, just start getting so mad. You're not good. You're not good.
I don't think that's intuitive.
Yeah, I am so fucking sorry, dude. Like, okay, look, Hail Hitler or something like that. Look, but I just need to know. Look, I just need to know. Wait, hey, shut up now. Look, I just need to know. Do you hold the view that fetuses are morally valuable?
You're completely going off.
Okay, look, so I just need an answer to my question. Do you hold the view that like fetuses are morally valuable?
I don't know why you're going off the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, look, suck your mom. Are you going to answer my question now?
Can I finish?
Yeah, in a second.
You're trying to make a point that like I value future beings and like generations of the future, which sure I do, right? But the point I'm getting at is only up until a certain point.
You all know things of that nature.
It's not permissible to torture people today if it meant that like the future generations would live a better life, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Okay, so look, do you think that like most people would like hold the view that it would be wrong for me to torture 10 people if the future generation were going to have a quality of lives billions of times better than ours?
I never said billions. I said
yeah, that's why I said billions, you bastard. Look, we can reduce it down to 100. Do you think like people would hold that view?
Yeah, I don't think people would value torturing people currently connected to the psychological profiles. No.
Yeah, nobody else holds that view.
Under some utilitarian view, then yeah, they obviously choose that.
Yeah, literally, didn't you also say that like the sort of wait? Bro. Didn't you also say wait?
I'm not even.
Wait, didn't you? No, wait. Circle back. You said the sort of necessary or the sort of sufficient conditions you had for you to value something was related to like people or society, like how society values things. Because yes, you did, you twat. Yes, you did. What the fuck? Yes, you did, you twat. Don't run. No. Okay. You said before, right, that the sufficient condition you had for you to be obligated to do something is like, well, it's going to be psychologically grounded by what society thinks and the societal implication would be grounded off a utilitarian framework. So look, it's like if you're going to base the sort of obligations you have off of a societal framework, off of like a utilitarian framework, you also hold the view that it would be wrong for me to kill 5 people to save 2 billion. Then like, I don't know, man, you don't seem very utilitarian to me.
I never said I was a utilitarian.
My fucking fault, dude. Everyone in the VC is mistaken. You're the GOAT. Look,
no one is confused as much as you.
Haha, that was rhetorical. Anyways, so
Jam, bro, no hate, bro. You suck right now. Like you haven't made any progress in 15 minutes, bro. Like I keep on trying to politely tell you, bro. Like all you keep doing is.
That's fine.
No, I just know it. Everybody knows it for a fact. Bro. So I'm saying that,
and I'm saying that.
If you knew it was good for you, bro,
listen.
It's just not good.
I'm telling you, that's fine. That's fine. Now
but you're not hearing now.
And you can mute back up. And you can mute back up. That's fine. That's
okay, but I'm admin, so I'm not gonna mute back up.
Look.
Stop telling your life story.
Cease and desist.
Tell me your life story, okay?
Look.
Anyway.
I have 5 more minutes. Look, I have 5 more minutes. Look, I have 5 more minutes before I take my weekly. Look. Okay.
Look, bro. Is anybody like actually interested in hearing Jam continue, bro? This shit is awful. Holy shit.
No, we aren't. But look, folks, I'll wrap it up with them and then we can talk if you want. But it's like, Jam, look, just to be clear, you hold the view that fetuses are morally valuable, right?
Let me unmute him, bro. My fault. He was just talking that shit.
Yeah. Jam, you hold the view that fetuses are morally valuable, yes or no?
Yes, suck your dirty stick to mother, bro.
That was not rhetorical. Yes. That's crazy. So anyway, you're getting server depth, you're getting server muted, you're getting disconnected anyway.
Okay.
Why would you talk to somebody with admin role? That makes no sense to me. Okay. I'm going to do this in like 5 minutes because I know you said you had to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Shinra.
Yeah.
Can you refresh me on what... Okay, if you don't mind, would you refresh me on why you think that value of life's value begins at conception?
So the sort of motivation as to why I'm pro-life specifically is just I haven't been given any sort of like relevant moral distinction between a fetus and a human, which allows me to like kill one and not the other.
So why do you have a position at all then?
Because I believe, like what's it called? It's like if I were given two situations where I didn't know if one were moral, and I know like if I pick this other option, I wouldn't be doing something grievously morally wrong. Then it's like obvious that I would pick the second option.
Like, but I'm asking you why specifically, because you said that value begins at conception. That's a very specific time. Why? So if you're going to pick a specific time like that to say that value begins, surely you have a reason for that, right?
The sort of reason is just that I extend my own moral value to like beings which are going to have like a human conscious experience in the future.
That are going to have so to be clear, it does tie back to the potential of if left undisturbed, this thing would develop into something like you were.
If left undisturbed, that type of shit.
Okay, here's a question, because the reason I don't typically value potential arguments, and the reason I would only ever grant marginal value to potential, is because it seems like whenever we try to stake out where potential begins, or where we start to consider something's potential, is completely arbitrary. So I want to ask you this question then. Would you agree, there's two parts to the question. Would you agree that if a woman uses birth control for every time that she has sex, and she has sex very frequently, that statistically speaking... Sorry, I don't think I said anything crazy.
No, nothing. I was talking about a woman. Never mind.
Oh, okay. So if a woman has like sex, let's say every day, for the sake of that, argument, I guess. Although some women do that, I guess. She has sex every day. She uses birth control. Statistically speaking, would you agree that one of those times she had sex, had that birth control not been in place, conception would have began. Her egg would have been fertilized. Would you agree with that?
If left undisturbed, at least one of those would have fertilized the egg. Yeah.
So then the follow-up question to that is, would that be considered immoral? Would that be considered murder, considering that, statistically speaking, as we just agreed, one of those instances was preventing the potential that would have developed into conception, that would have developed into a human being if she wasn't on birth control? Would that be considered immoral?
Yeah, so to answer the question, I don't actually assign potential to like potential itself. So for example, I'll explain what I mean. So I don't assign potential to or I don't think you are wrong for stopping something from having a certain potential. So I don't think you're wrong if you make a being, or if there's a certain being, it doesn't have the potential to have a human conscious experience yet. I don't think you're doing anything wrong if you just stop it from existing, right? Because again, it doesn't have anything I value. So in the woman case, I don't think she's doing anything specifically wrong, because there's no being with actual potential there. And when I say potential, all I mean there is just that there's a if left by itself, there's a high probability or a reasonable probability of it turning into an actual human person.
Yeah, right? To be clear, what I'm saying is that, to be clear, if left undisturbed, as I thought we just agreed, one of those instances where she had sex, that thing would have become that thing would have fertilized her egg, leading to conception. Which is to say, even if we cannot precisely identify which time she had sex that occurred, we know it happened. Just like how if I gave you a gun, for example, and there were 100 doors, one of those doors had a person behind it. Even if we don't know which one had a person behind it, if you shoot through each door, you have committed a murder.
Okay. So
so wait, just to finish up. So if we're being consistent with your logic that preventing potential growth of a being into a sentient human being is immoral, it is murder, then you would have to be consistent and say that that woman using birth control is a murderer at some point.
No, so to be clear, I think that the only sort of time in which I'd consider that type of action murder is if there's an entity which has potential that you're robbing of potential. Now, in the analogy you gave me, it's in all of these cases in which she had sex with Jason Love, right? In one of these instances, a being with potential could actually come into existence, but there's no sort of being with potential there, right? So I wouldn't think that she's doing anything wrong. However, if there's a sort of situation in which throughout all of her pregnancies her birth control failed, and then a being with potential came into existence, right, then I think she'd be doing something wrong by aborting it.
We seem to have limited time, so I don't want to get too much into that. But hold on. Okay, you keep on going back to it's not a being with potential. I'm confused then. What do you define a being with potential as? Because in my view, if we know for a fact that one of those sperm cells would have fertilized the egg, that sperm cell had the potential to go on to become a living, breathing being. Once it fertilized that egg, that potential was quote unquote robbed from it. So what's the difference there?
Yeah, so I think the real sort of distinction there is that I think that it has the potential to turn into the type of being which has a potential to have a human conscious experience, but in and of itself it doesn't. So when you stop the sperm cell from actually fertilizing the egg, the sperm cell in and of itself, it isn't the type of being which can have a human conscious experience. It's the type of being which can help that or help something with your future conscious experience come into existence. Hence why I don't value it, because it isn't just a part of the type of things that I value.
then what's a being in the first place then? Because to be clear, upon conception, when the egg is fertilized by sperm, that thing, I don't think by any definition of the word is a being. It doesn't have organs. It doesn't have a brain. It doesn't.
Yeah,
have any kind of
I'm using
consciousness.
being pretty loosely here. So whenever I say just take a like what's it called? When being in this sense is just like any entity, and if this entity were left on its own, it's like if this entity, if left on its own, right? So it doesn't come into contact with any other entities aside from like nutrition, right? And it was left in the proper environment, then it would develop into having a human conscious experience. Now you can leave a sperm cell on its own and give it like the nutrients needed to like continue living, but it would never turn into like a human at any point in time.
I don't understand. Like, maybe you can clarify, but it seems like you're using the term being very nebulously here just to mean any subject, really, anything. And if that's the case, then I don't understand why the sperm cell, by this very nebulous definition, would not also be considered a being. And we wouldn't also guarantee that if the sperm cell were left to its natural devices, it would fertilize the egg, and that process was interrupted by another entity, that being the birth control. Like, I don't see, unless you clarify, how this all is an analogous.
I think what's it called, being in this sense, I think like what's it called, simply being a being in this context in that I'm using it wouldn't grant you like any sort of more value, but being a being with potential would grant you more value. So like take the case of I value a fusion between Shikio and Wex, right? But I don't value like, and I value them because like they're 6 feet tall or something like that, right? I don't value fucking like Wex on his own or Shikio on their own because they aren't the type of being that I value. I value a sort of fusion between the two of them, right? So when like what's it called, when they're on their own individually, if I leave them for an infinite amount of time and they're on their own, they won't come into contact with another like what's it called, they won't come into contact with another like being like, or which would be Shikio in this case, and fuse, right? However, like what's it called, in the egg case, if left to develop on its own, right, without any other additional entities coming into the situation, which like would be a sperm cell in this case, right, then it would never become like what's it called, it would never become a human, right? Or I mean the egg cell would become a human, but the sperm cell wouldn't become a human.
No, I understand that, but like that's fine. But I don't think you're really engaging with what I'm saying, because it seems like at the end of the day, it still is the case that, as we agreed, if a woman is having sex every day, that one of those sperm cells would fertilize her statistically. We don't know precisely which one, but we can assert that for a fact, which is to say that that sperm cell, left to its own natural devices, unadulterated, is going to result in a being like you or I at the end of the day. It does have that potential, as you described. And if it were not interfered with by the birth control, then it would develop into that. Again, I need you to engage with the point and tell me, why does that sperm cell with that potential, why is snuffing it out with birth control not murder, but it is murder to have an abortion, especially early term, before the development of major organs, so on and so forth. Like, why are these two?
So again, the sort of distinction between the sperm cell and the fertilized egg is that the sperm cell does not have the potential to turn into a human in and of itself. Instead, it gains that potential from a fusion with another entity. However, in the egg cell or the fertilized egg cell case, it has that potential in and of itself.
Egg, to be clear, neither does the fertilized egg. The fertilized egg does not have the power to turn.
Well, not power in the sense that it can do it on its own. By the way,
if it's a matter of whether or not the thing can independently grow into a person like you or I, well then the fertilized egg doesn't either, because obviously it needs the nutrition.
I'm saying, look, the sort of categorization I'm using is like independent of any sort of external like individuals or external like
a mother,
and no, like any sort of like external agents, right? And if just given nutrients, right, would it be able to develop and turn into a human, right? Now that's true for the fertilized egg cell, but it obviously isn't true for the sperm cell. Like if you leave a sperm cell on its own, but you give it the nutrients to survive, it obviously won't turn into a human. Now you can say, for example, like take Goku and Vegeta or something like that, right? If you give them the food needed to survive, right, they'll obviously grow and stuff, right? But they'll never turn into a fusion between the two of them. However, if like there's a fusion between the two of them, that's clearly the thing that you value. So like
I still don't understand, because like this just seems like a completely arbitrary point in time. Like, okay, if you give the sperm cell the ability to fuse with the egg and fertilize it, like of course then it can develop. Like that's an external reference from which the sperm cell can evolve, right? Like it can take on a whole different meaning. But that's also just similar with the fertilized egg. Like that's to say that there's another step in the process that it receives nutrients. Like, yeah, this is all trivial, as somebody in the chat pointed out, but this is all to say, at what point in time do we say say, okay, this amount of outside help for its development is acceptable. That gives it moral value. That solidifies its potential. But this amount is way too much outside help.
Yeah.
Again, I don't see how we exactly mark where that is. I don't see how you're justifying it.
Well, give me a second. I think my dad might be home.
I don't know. You said your dad might be what?
His dad might be home.
Oh, word.
Okay, I thought my dad came home, but look, it's like the thing I wanted to say, like, just so I can like end this, so my dad doesn't walk in on me. But it's like, look, so when you say that like the standard is sort of arbitrary, I don't really think that's a sort of like critique, unless you mean by like arbitrary as in there's a mind independent standard that I'm not appealing to. But if you just mean by arbitrary that it's just dependent on myself, then like.
If you're confused, when I say arbitrary, if you're confused, I just mean that there are multiple points in time which you could stake out that something becomes valuable based on your standards. And the fact that you're selecting one or the other, or the fact that you're selecting one at all, doesn't really explain to me why you're making that decision, why you're coming to that conclusion.
I mean,
why is the sperm not valuable in terms of its potential because it needs outside help from the egg to become like an independent, quote unquote, but the fertilized egg is suddenly magically we're supposed to recognize its potential, even though it also needs outside help from the body, from the nutrients of the mother, so on and so.
It's like what's it called? I just explain it like this, like maybe the sort of causal explanation as to why I value them, maybe that's unclear, but the sort of like difference I give, or like the sort of explanation I give why that isn't too arbitrary. It's like if you look at a baby and you look at an egg cell, right? Like obviously, or you look at a sperm cell, obviously both of them do have the potential needed to actually turn into a grown human being, right? Like at least under your view, you think that they have the potential needed, right? So then it's like, okay, well, we have a sort of obligation to put the baby in a sort of situations where it is able to survive on its own and turn into a grown human being, right?
You're cutting out,
okay, wait, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so we have certain sort of obligations, right? To like to actualize certain potentials that this baby has that we don't have to the fetus under your view, even though those two agents under your view, they again have the same sort of potential. So let's say the baby has the potential to turn into LeBron, so does the sperm cell under your view, but yeah, we seem to have a sort of obligation to let the baby actualize the potential to turn into LeBron, but not the sperm cell.
Without due respect, you're not really constructing an argument right now. You're just putting forward a premise, which is essentially that we seem to have an obligation to help this thing and not this other thing. I'm not really looking for that. I'm looking for like the argument as to why. Because remember, what we're really arguing for at the end of the day is a matter of women's bodily autonomy, a matter of women's healthcare, a matter of what they're allowed to do with their body. And I think that if we're going to be policing women in such an intense way, such that we tell them that they cannot do these things, that they're potentially held criminally and morally liable for doing these things, we should have a better argument than that for these people that we know are sentient, we know are autonomous, we know have current value, other than it seems that we should help these things which have potential to have value later down the road. And also I like there's no real like substantive argument as to what you put the value
so again, the sort of thing I'm trying to say here is that like the sort of thing I'm trying to say is that like look, it wouldn't really be a critique of my view if it applies to like views universally, right? Unless you're holding to like more realism where there's some mind independent standard we could be appealing to. But if you look at, for example, if you look at, for example, a fetus and a grown adult, right, and they all have the same potentials, and let's say you're obligated to help the adult, you obviously would say, like under your view, you'd say we aren't obligated to help the fetus to like actualize those same potentials as well, right?
No, I don't. The reasons why I care about adults are entirely different from the reasons why I guess I would care about fetuses.
What would be the sort of reason? Is it what? For like why you care about adults?
We can do this very obviously with your own position. So to be clear, your own position says that it's actually immoral to even harm something upon conception. That even before the development of the heartbeat, before the development of pain sensors, before the development of the brain, before the development of the nervous system, before the development of sentience, that it's harmful to this thing. Well, okay, then it's very easy. I can very easily make the case that consistently I want to care about born human beings because they have these organs, they have these sensory abilities, they have experiences, and these things upon conception, which you're defending, do not. Like, that's a very easy, very consistent thing to point out.
And then look, it's like, okay, so now you've given me the trait, so it's the same as my situation where I gave you the trait, but you said like, what's it called? You said, well, why are you picking this option, right? What's the sort of causal explanation why you're picking it? Was that the question you asked me? Like, why did I pick the option?
More specifically, why are we giving value to its potential, but then we're not giving value to another thing's potential?
So then I'd ask you the same sort of thing, like, why are we giving value to the traits that these people who you do value have? Why are we giving those people value, but we're not giving value to the fetus? It's like, it gets arbitrary in that sort of sense.
Yeah, because when we give something value, we're making a statement that there's something about them that we wish to protect, right? So I wish to protect the experience of people because I have experiences. I know the joy of life that comes with experiences. I know the value of consent. I know how much I suffer when people violate my consent. And I know that other people like me who have these like qualities, have these organs, have these experiences, have these nervous systems. I know that they can also experience similar things, and I want to protect them. When it comes to a fetus, especially if we're talking about so early in development that it hasn't really even developed organs like that. I mean, I don't even know what we're making a statement about wanting to protect. We're not wanting to protect its will or consent. It doesn't have a nervous system. It doesn't have a developed brain. Like, what are we seeking to protect here?
Yeah, so what's it called? In that sort of context, I can just use the same sort of phrasing you used and say it back. It's like, oh well, I know what it's like to have potential that's been robbed from me. So I used to have the potential to be a D1 basketballer like James Drummond, right? And that potential was robbed from me when I moved from Nigeria to the UK. So I know what it's like for my potential to be robbed from me, and I also know what it's like for me to have just have these sort of future experiences that I could have. Those future experiences, they've been robbed from me. I'm no longer able to have those sort of future experiences. So for example, think of all the positive experiences I could have had in Nigeria, right? However, those have been robbed from me because I moved to the UK. It's like, look, there are all of these sort of things, that traits that fetus has that I can say I relate with and I want to defend, right? So it's like, well, if that's the sort of causal explanation you're looking for, then I don't understand what would be sort of defeated to my view now.
Yeah, because to be clear, when you're disappointed or when you feel hurt because somebody robbed you of a future experience, the reason why that's so important is because that robbery of your future experience impacts you now. It impacts the experience you have now, right? So if I know that in the future I want to go to a college or university, and then somebody digs up bullshit from my past, or somebody blackmails me, or somebody makes up false information about me, and that's taken away from me, well, the me presently, right, is suffering for that because I've probably sacrificed a lot in pursuit of that dream, and it's all come crumbling down. To be clear, the fetus isn't really like that. Like, the fetus doesn't have room to be disappointed in the fact that it's not going to live out the future hopes and dreams that it would have, because it doesn't have hopes and dreams. It doesn't have a brain. It doesn't have a nervous system. So that would be, I think, the difference maker between those two. To be clear, I'll just wrap up with this. I don't think that potential is valuable unless there's a current person to experience that potential, to have hope and aspirations. I don't think the total, it makes no sense.
Yeah, so my sort of response to that would be what's it called? Well, the reason why you value those future experiences because it affects you now. It's like, look, well, I don't think, even though I can say that in some contexts that can be true, obviously I don't think that I'm being negatively affected whenever I negatively affected whenever I say, oh well, these future experiences have been robbed from me. I don't even know what those future experiences would have been like to experience. I just know, well, I would have liked to experience them for once. So it's like, I don't feel as if that there's any sort of negative effect by that. It's secondly, I think that in the scenario in which I just take suffering to mean something.
I just want to make sure I just
want to flesh this out completely. It's I take maybe we means different things when we say suffering. So in this context, I think I'd say I'd suffer from having potentials from not actualizing certain potentials in the sense that I failed to actualize them. And the case of the fetus, I believe that would also apply to the fetus and extend to the fetus as well, because the fetus could also just fail to actualize certain potentials. So in that sort of context, you'd be suffering as well. So it's it does suffering under my semantics doesn't have to be a sort of emotional thing.
To be clear, I think suffering is a subjective thing. I think you would agree with me that suffering describes some type of experience, even if we could go into the nitty gritty of what exactly that experience is. But regardless, if you categorically cannot experience at all, just like a fetus cannot experience if it doesn't have a nervous system, doesn't have a developed brain, so on and so forth, none of this really matters. I don't see how you can have a subjective experience of suffering without having subjective experiences whatsoever. Can you address that?
Yeah, so in this context, under this sort of semantics of suffering wouldn't be a certain specific emotional state that you have. So suffering would just be suffering would just be a specific it would just be a specific state you have towards it, a given matter. So take suffering under the context I said before would be there's this certain positive experience that you could have in future and you fail to have it, right? That isn't a sort of subjective experience you have, it's just an event that occurred. So you fail to have this sort of good future experience. And in the fetus case, you also are failing to have, it is also failing to, am I cutting out again?
Yeah, can you repeat what you said?
Yeah, so again, suffering under this context wouldn't really be an emotional state you have. So it wouldn't be something that you have as like a subject. Am I still cutting out?
Yeah, your connection's getting aborted.
Wow, okay. Wait, hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, so suffering wouldn't be a sort of emotional state you have, but it would be just something referencing to like a specific event. So take, for example, the example I gave you before that I was going to have some like given future experience. However, I was unable to have it due to some external stimuli. That would mean that I have suffered in the sense that I failed to have it. I know that I did not have it. So again, using the sort of thing that is indexed to sort of like emotional responses, right? So you can say like even P zombies can fail to have like certain positive experiences in the future, right? So like I don't.
This is just restating like your opinion. Like you're just saying that no, actually I disagree with you because I think that you can suffer even if you don't have a current experience. Like I'm asking more specifically why.
Okay,
because, so like if we take like a little, let's say, I mean I don't know, like, we could describe it in like a really silly, absurd way to illustrate the point. Like let's say that we have a rock, and let's say that one of the potentials for that rock that we could do, we could dress it up. We could put googly eyes on it. We can like make it all look pretty. We can clean it up, clean the dirt off of it. I don't think by not doing that or choosing to not do those things or taking away the ability for those things to happen to the rock that I've made the rock suffer because like the rock doesn't care. The rock doesn't think about that. The rock can't think. Like that to me seems
the sort of what you say. Maybe
I guess to wrap it up, not to ramble. I just need you to state exactly how you can suffer if you don't have an experience.
Maybe we have like different like reference whenever we say suffering. So in your context, like obviously I grant that a rock can't suffer in the sense that it can't like what's it called? It can't sort of have a negative emotional disposition to anything, right? However, again, you can replace the word suffer to the word failure there, right? It's like, well, look, the rock has failed to have these certain sort of like subject or certain sort of experiences, right? In the sense that it's failed to be like actualize its potential of getting dressed up and all of that, right? So again, I think like I know what it feels, or I know like I can fail to have certain like positive experiences in the future. Fetuses can also fail to have positive experiences in the future by being aborted. I know I don't like. So it's like I would defend.
At that point, we could just both agree that that's the descriptive reality of it, but then we're not really saying anything normatively. Like we're not actually like saying that it's evil. Like, would you say that it's evil to prevent a rock from having the quote unquote experience, whatever that even means, with the rock of having like being dressed up and cleaned up? Do you think that's evil?
Yeah, Mindy, you're right. I just mean being harmed, but like, no, I don't think like what's it called? You are doing anything evil specifically by harming the rock or like by not allowing it to have these certain sort of potentials. Because obviously, at all points within the future, this rock is not going to have any sort of future like conscious experience in which it is the type of being which it actually has mental states towards this specific action. But if you look at a fetus, you can obviously say that well, a fetus, if robbed by these potentials, it was going to have all of these positive future experiences, right? However, because we aborted it, we can't value it. So when you said before that you don't extend more value to things without sentience, right? I'd be like, I'll give you the same example I gave to Jam. It's like, look at a case within the future, right? Or a case where it's like, for example, don't destroy the planet because we need to preserve it for the future generation, right? And make their quality of life better, right? Like, obviously, these sort of future generation that we're referencing, they don't have any sort of conscious experience. They aren't feeling. And if we blew up the planet right now, they'd never know, right? But we still seem to extend more value onto them, and we still seem as if we have certain obligations to them.
Totally different. The reason, to be clear, my logic is consistent on this. So just like I would say that it's morally correct to prevent global warming for future generations because we plan on those future generations existing, I would similarly say that women probably should not be drinking while they're women should probably not be drinking or abusing drugs while they're pregnant, because similarly, if they're planning on having that child once it's born, it's probably going to have a fucked up life, and then our moral considerations go to the experiences that that child is going to have. But to be clear, the value is solely placed on that because we know that it's going to be existent, because we are caring about what it's going to experience in the future. We're not caring about the experiences of the fetus that we're aborting in the present, because there is no experience. It has no future. We've determined that it is not worthy to enslave women for 9 months, to force them to give birth with their bodies without their control or without their consent, for something that does not have, at least when they're doing it, the same types of value or the same types of characteristics as It's just not a worthy trade-off.
Yeah, so it's like, look, one, in the sort of future person case, right, I doubt that whenever people are saying that, oh, well, don't harm the future generation, what they are saying there is, oh, well, there are these sort of future set of people that have a 100% probability of, like, coming into fruition, right, that we want to preserve. Like, obviously, people aren't saying that, right? It seems as if people are, like, what's it called? People are sort of just extending their sort of moral value onto these people who don't even have any sort of conscious experience, right? They don't have it. We don't even know if they are going to have it, right? Yet we still extend more of it. Wait, it's like, look, I don't think the average person, look, I don't think, and I hopefully you can agree with this, that the people are saying that the probability of this future experience, of these future people coming into fruition is like extremely probable. Like, nobody's saying that, right? Even in cases, even in like super poor places, right? Wait, it's like, even in super poor places, it's like, look, like where the guarantee of you having like children is like really, really like low, right? It's like, even in those sort of places, people still say, oh, well, look, don't do this and that because we need to preserve the future generation, even if the future generation, like them coming into fruition, is extremely improbable. So to say that, like, we gauge whether or not we should value the future generation off of the probability of them coming into existence is just like completely absurd, and it doesn't actually match people's intuition.
Well, hold on, chill. So to be clear, all I'm pointing out is that the moral considerations that we give to future generations when we're trying to prevent climate change, for example, is not actually born out of potential. That's not a potential argument. To be clear, potential is one thing transferring from one state to another. I think you would agree with me that for something to transfer from one state to another, it first has to exist. These future generations don't exist yet. So currently, right, we're not talking about giving them moral consideration or doing moral things for them because they have potential and we want to secure their potential. We're just saying, look, these people are going to exist. The future is just tomorrow's present, and when they presently have experiences in the future, we want to make sure that they're as healthy as and happy as possible. It's not a matter of potential. It's a categorically different argument. So I'm just pointing it out that this doesn't seem to align with your point or bolster it further. That's all.
I'm a bit confused. Look, maybe we do actually have different semantics on like potential. So when I say potential, I just mean a given event X is like, look, a different effect X is like, what's it called, has an extremely high or reasonably high probability of occurring, right? Probability of actualizing itself. So in the fetus case, it's like trivially true that a fetus has potential. It's also trivially true that these like future people do have potential as well, right? So when you said that, like, oh, well, it isn't potential, that isn't the reason why we value them. Maybe we don't value it's like maybe we don't value them under your semantics, but clearly it's like if these people have a high probability of occurring, or if these people have a high probability of coming into existence, right, clearly we would actually extend more value onto them. But if they had like a 0.01% probability of coming into existence, it doesn't seem as if we'd value them as much. So clearly it's those sorts of probability that these things have into coming into existence in the future that causes us to extend more value onto them, rather than just the fact that they definitely do exist in the future. Because again, nobody would even grant that, like, for certain these people are going to exist.
I don't even know if you believe that that's the definition of potential, because it seemed like earlier you were trying to reject that a sperm cell has potential, but you were trying to say that a fertilized egg does have potential, which is strange to me given the definition that you just gave, because like you agreed earlier, if a woman was having sex on the daily constantly, that one of those sperm cells would just absolutely have the potential, based upon that definition of something being likely to occur, to develop into a human being when to fertilize the egg. So I'm a little bit confused. Could you clarify? Are you backing down? Are you then granting that my earlier point was correct, that that sperm cell does have potential and should fall under the protections of your argument? And if so, would you bite the bullet and say that it is murder for women to be consistently using birth control?
Yeah, so the sort of distinction between those two cases is that in one of these cases, right, this thing has potential in the sense that it has potential, like, if present with another, or if like combined with another entity. So the sperm cell in and of itself doesn't have any sort of potential, right? So when you ask me, does this sperm cell have any sort of potential to turn it into a person, the answer would be no, because there's no sort of probability independent of any egg cell that the sperm cell is going to turn into a person, right? However, if it was a combination of the two of them, right, then there is a sort of probability that is given there.
Not potential because there's no probability outside influences.
Yeah, there's no sort of probability outside of like a separate entity that is the necessary condition.
And to be clear, you would also grant that the future generations existing that we're trying to secure protections for, right, when it comes to climate change, that's removed from the topic of potential as well then, because they don't have potential to exist unless outside influences, that being already existent people, decide to have intercourse and give birth. Like, that is a pretty major outside influence.
So it's like, okay.
So then you agree with me? It's not a matter of
No.
potential.
In the future, okay. Look, it's like in the future, in the future people case, we would still value them, and they have potential in the sense that they have potential in the sense that, like, if these actions occur, which would be people giving birth, right? Then this would be a consequence of it, right? So they have potential in that sense, right? However, like,
I'm saying they don't currently have potential.
They don't currently have potential in the sense that there isn't this existing entity which has the potential of turning into a human being. They just have a different type of potential.
Not to interrupt too much, but then I just want you to explicitly, acknowledge that when we're securing the protections of the future generations to protect them from climate change, that is not an argument that's born out of potential, and therefore it doesn't bolster your point.
No, I think it would just be a completely separate type of potential. So again, in the fetus case, it has potential to do something. So the fetus has potential to fertilize an egg, but it doesn't have a potential in and of itself to it doesn't have a potential in and of itself to turn into a person.
Can I just get that acknowledgement? Because
So the sort of acknowledgement I give, because I need to go in a second. But the sort of acknowledgement I give to your view is just that these future people, there isn't an existing entity which has the potential. Rather, it's like potential is a consequence of actions which may probably happen or have a reasonable probability of happening.
I do not understand what you're saying. Could you simplify it? It sounds like a word salad.
Okay, yeah. So what's it called? So
go to refs.
Their potential isn't a consequence of or their potential isn't a consequence. There isn't no existing entity which has a potential of turning into the future generation. Rather, their potential is just a consequence of actions which we believe has a high probability of occurring.
Okay, so then if you want to take that position, I know you said you have to go in a second. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You either have to admit and acknowledge that our securement of the future generation is not based out of potential arguments, or if you want to take this route and say they do have potential for the reason that you just gave before, then you would also have to acknowledge that, okay, therefore that sperm cell, because of the high probability of it fertilizing the egg, if left alone, also has potential, and therefore women are murderers if they are consistently on birth control. You have to they're totally incompatible.
Yeah, so the last word I just have on this is the sperm cell has a potential in the sense that it would fertilize the egg, or it has the potential to fertilize the egg, right? However, on its own, I don't think it has any sort of potential, right, to form a human conscious experience. Hence why I don't think these people would be murderers.
On its own, these future people don't even exist, and there is no potential.
On their own, they don't exist. However, they have a high probability of occurring. Hence why we value them.
If we're gonna play with potential, I think that the thing that exists, and has and is in the proximity of fertilizing.
You're lagging out, by the way.
More potential. You said I'm lagging out?
Yeah, you're lagging, really bad.
Am I still lagging out?
No.
Am I still lagging out?
No.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think, because I know you said you have to go, so I guess we can wrap it up. I just think it's extremely silly that we would play the potential game and we would try to act like future generations of Earth who haven't even been conceived yet, who their parents probably might not even be born yet, have more potential than the existent sperm cells that are consistently around the egg and have the ability to fertilize it. I think if we're going to play the potential game, I think that's an absurd conclusion to draw.
I need to go. Yeah, I need to go.
I can let you go.
All right.